on the NFL.
Yes. One of my favorites. Let me get the paper out. All right. Shay, don't be surprised if
the Chiefs trade for an all-pro caliber receiver. They might be desperate now with Rashee Rice potentially done for the season. And there are names out there that do make sense. One that has been floated heavily, Amari Cooper, with the Browns season already feeling lost. Another that potentially, don't be surprised if the Chiefs pick up the phone and call Halas Hall about Keenan Allen. There may already be some disappointment with Keenan Allen missing a couple games to start the season, the injury concerns. He's on a one-year deal. Can you get bonus draft picks from him? I don't think the Bears would do it. But do not be surprised if we start hearing talk that the Chiefs are ringing the phone at Halas.
And what if they said, we'll give you a second-round pick for him? Would you do it?
Not so sure. Second-round pick.
Yep.
Well, knowing Ryan Poles will be a wide receiver, so.
Probably.
It'll be somebody in the secondary wide receiver.
But if I told you all
another
of a sudden,
D tackle,
you've got your first and 3 number 2s.
If they offered a second, I would drive Keenan Allen to Kansas City. I would be shocked if you could get better than a third.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not here to try to help the juggernaut that is the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm trying to get my operation started. No, thanks.
Hoodie, does that play into this at all? Because I was talking with Tyler about this yesterday. Mm-hmm. Like, could the teams in the NFL all collectively go, we're not trading them a wide receiver enough?
Yeah, do it the Patriots way. Work within your own infrastructure. You got an offense that works, that hums with Patrick Mahomes. Cap, why would I be in the business trying to help the Kansas City Chiefs? The Kansas City Chiefs, I told you, I'll never bet against them again because it's Patrick Mahomes. So why should I help them? I got to get in the playoffs. What about me? I want to get in the tournament.
Correct, but a second-round pick could be a game-changing player.
I don't know that.
You don't. You got to do your scouting, but I believe in your scouting abilities if you're the GM.
I'm not here to help them. No thanks.
But I'm not helping them. I'm helping me.
No, not helping them. What if I'm a Keenan Allen away on third down situations from getting to the playoffs and I got Tyler Scott or I got DeAndre Carter on a double team on DJ Moore? No, I'm not trying to help them. They'll find a way. I mean, with a receiver or without a receiver, they'll find their way in a deep run in the playoffs this year because it is Patrick Mahomes. Sorry. Next.
All right, Hoodie, don't be surprised if the Indianapolis Colts rock with Joe Flacco until it doesn't work. It really just depends on what their goal is this season to me. Are you trying to make the playoffs or are you trying to build a program? If you're trying to build a program, I think you stick with Anthony Richardson and see what you got. If your goal is to make the playoffs, Joe Flacco presents a better chance to win games right now than Anthony Richardson.
That is true, I would say. The veteran presence of Joe Flacco. Beating the Steelers in the game last Sunday. Now it's the Jaguars, another team that the Colts could beat. So here's you asked a good question, Shay. What are the Colts trying to accomplish? You trying to get to the top of the draft, or are you trying to get into the postseason? Because the middle does not work. You can't be in the middle.
But even if you got in the postseason, it's not like baseball. Like, wow, we had our number one starter pitch 3 times in the series and we won. Like, you're not winning the title with the Colts.
No.
I'd play Anthony Richardson.
He stinks.
He's got to develop. I took him 4th or 5th overall.
And he basically had a redshirt year last year with the injury. You redshirt him again to win games with Flacco. You enter year 3 and you've stunted the development curve that much.
Agreed. I'm playing him.
So you're trying to get to the top of the draft? Because you're not.
No, I'm trying to find out, can that dude do it or not? Because if he can't, I'm going to be picking high, and I got to take a quarterback.
Well, I'll just put it this way. If Richardson's healthy for this week, here's the schedule. Can the Colts, as you know the Colts, and we just saw them a couple weeks ago, can the Colts beat the Jags?
Yes.
At Jacksonville, at Tennessee.
I'm not saying they will, but they can.
Yeah, at Tennessee.
They can beat them.
Against the Dolphins,
they can beat them.
And then at the Texans. Here we go. Tough spot.
Probably going to lose. But any of those games are winnable.
Yes.
They lost by 2 to the Texans the first time.
Yes.
That was in Indy. So I'm playing Anthony Richardson come hell or high water. I'm finding out, Can my guy play or not?
I understand. Shay, you know how I feel about Anthony Richardson.
Yeah,
Alex
you're not a
Brown would
fan.
like a word.
Who's that, Alex Brown? Yeah, I know.
He thinks the guy's got every bit of ability to be a superstar.
Definitely from the athletic standpoint, but you know how I feel. And because of how I have to stick to my guns. Would you imagine me killing? You know that Anthony Richardson is really great. Can't do that. If I already planted my flag when he was drafted, I stick with it. Like I stuck with my flag saying that Troy Tulowitzki was going to be the greatest shortstop of all time. Didn't happen.
It did not.
You open mouth and say things on the radio. You never know what's going to come
I
out.
thought Mitch would make it.
Yeah, it
Didn't
just
happen.
happens, right?
Right.
All right, Shay, don't be surprised if
The Browns finally, mercifully benched Deshaun Watson. I brought this up after week 1. The calls for it have only gotten louder. Cleveland fans hate him. The dog pound is brutal when he's playing at home. Home games are almost road games for Deshaun at this point. He was terrible again in yet another loss. They're 1-3. And you can forget the concerns we know about off the field. How about being a bad teammate? Last week, he was asked about if he needs to run the ball more. He said, I'm paid to throw the ball. Well, you suck at that too. Now on Sunday, we get a heated exchange between Deshaun Watson, Jameis Winston, and the tackle Dawan Jones. It's done. It's enough. You're not doing a service to your fans by playing this guy. You're not doing a service to the other 52 people on that roster. Bench him. Enough.
could you be better with Jameis there?
Yes.
Think so too. Jameis will get he'll throw 20 touchdowns. He'll also throw 20 interceptions. It's all right. That's what Jameis does.
50-50.
It's 50-50.
Let me ask you a question. We talked about Keenan Allen. Jameis is going in there to play in Cleveland. Kansas City's going to be looking for receivers. You mentioned Amari Cooper. What about trading them Velus Jones?
They sending us a laundry machine?
Like a fourth.
A fourth?
It's amazing. Kap and his ability to just trade you old cracked albums from from his basement to try to get talent. It's unbelievable. You don't play Velus Jones. There's a reason. The league knows there's a reason. So why would they want him?
Because here he's blocked by DJ Moore, Keenan Allen, and Roma Dunze.
And ability.
And he's fast. he's a talented athlete. They got nobody blocking him there. Xavier Worthy. Okay, who else? Nobody.
I didn't know you were wearing white shoes as this used car salesman.
I'm not asking for a first. I'm asking for a fourth or
You're not
fifth.
I don't think you get better than a seventh.
How about you don't think I get a fifth?
For Velus?
Yes.
No.
Cap, I think in order for that to happen, he's got to play. Probably be active.
Yeah, 3 straight weeks inactive after getting relegated off kick returns because he fumbled and kicked one to the other team.
You had teams calling in training camp. We watched it on Hard Knocks, calling about Velus.
You know what this is, Jay Moore? This is as Cap just putting turtle wax on a bad car, shining it up and saying, it runs like new. Look at this.
Not the turtle wax. What's that other stuff that they did the commercials on Channel 9? And it would go to the old junkyard and the car was all faded.
Oh, yeah,
then
yeah.
you shine this stuff on there and it would be like, wow, looks like a new car.
Hold on. I got to find. I know what you're talking about.
New some. N-U.
New shine.
New shine. I don't know if that was the name.
Yeah. That's exactly right,
In
Shay.
a brown bottle.
Like orange. Remember the
That's it. New finish.
new
Not
finish.
new shine.
New finish. Yeah.
That's it.
Still available.
Velus is like new finish.
Oh my God. Shining up Velus Jones like he's a brand new car.
What we've learned is the moment to trade him was the moment in Hard Knocks. Missed the window. Too late now. He put some horrible reps on tape, and he's been inactive 3 straight weeks.
No, he didn't put horrible reps on tape. He put one bad fumble on a kick.
Well,
don't use him on kick return. Make him a receiver.
He can't even run routes here.
Yes, this portion of Around the NFL is brought to you by New Finish, the once-a-year car polish.
That's it.
No rubbing, no buffing, New Finish. Here's Shay Norley.
That was the ad.
Hoodie, don't be surprised if the New York Football Jets miss the playoffs.
Okay.
Rodgers has admitted that he is on banged up legs. The offensive line has been atrocious again. Losing at home to the Broncos as 9-point favorites was eye-opening, really, for just how bad this Jets coaching staff is. You've got pre-snap penalties all over the place on the O-line. Saleh, who just seems lost, goes post-game and says cadence wasn't an issue at camp, effectively saying cadence was an issue today. Monday morning, gets up, does his digital availability, and goes, no, cadence wasn't an issue at all.
Yeah.
Blaming Rodgers or not blaming Rodgers? What are we doing? He's getting canned at the end of the year.
There's no question, especially if Rodgers stays. There's a huge disconnect, a gulf between those two. Big time between Saleh and Rodgers. You recall this, Cap, before the season, in the preseason, Rodgers was not told whether or not he's going to play the preseason or not because Saleh didn't tell him. And Rodgers had to find out through PR, through back channels, yeah, apparently I'm not playing this preseason. Why did you just go to your quarterback, your star quarterback, and say, we're shutting you down, you're not playing? Why don't you just talk to him? You're afraid of Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, it's bad.
You go up to hug him.
You're a jet.
You go to hug him, and Rodgers get off me, man. Get off me.
Robert Saleh.
Yeah.
He's horrible.
Not good. By the way, I just got a tweet, and it's a great idea. I'm going back to something already in progress. The Chiefs need a running back. Their guy's out, Pacheco. I'll give you Khalil Herbert and Velus Jones.
Coming up next.
Give me a third.
Albert Breer with the rest of the NFL. We'll get to that coming up next on Kap and J.